Welcome to Inspiration Rising. I'm your host, David Trotter, and I'm excited to bring you this special episode featuring a conversation with my wife, Laura, on 7 struggles women are facing today. Now, as I'm coaching women through the Launch Your Life online coaching experience, which is about to start again in mid-September, I have found that there are 7 primary struggles that seem to be the most common, especially among women in the United States. And I wanted to run them by Laura just to make sure that I wasn't off target and get her unique perspective on each challenge. Now, this was originally shared in our private Facebook group called Inspiration Rising Insiders. And you're welcome to join that anytime. It's at insporising.com/insiders. There's a lot of great women and a few guys like me who are full of inspiration and encouragement to help you take that next season in life. But I wanted to make sure that you also got a chance to listen to this episode if you haven't had a chance to join that group yet. So we're featuring it on the podcast today. Now, by the way, I want to personally invite you to join Laura and I at Inspiration Rising Live. It's our first live podcast recording on Thursday, September 12th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. in Orange County, California. We even have one listener flying in from Florida. I mean, it's crazy. I will be featuring interviews with 5 female leaders. Yes, we just added a new featured interviewee. And each one of these women have a dynamic message that I truly believe can change your life. Our featured guests include Stacey Robin. She's the award-winning author of An Unconventional Life. We have Dr. Bita Yedidi. She's an Eastern medicine doctor out of Beverly Hills. Kim DeAllen, she's fighting violent extremism around the globe while raising 7 kids. We have Andrea Luna Reese. She's a professional artist and ceramicist that you are just going to love. And just added this week, Diane Kaiser, who we featured in episode 35. Prior to her breast implant removal, we talked all about that, and she'll be joining us as the 5th featured guest to talk about Beyond the Boobs, from silicone suffering to sovereignty and self-love. She'll be giving us an update on her explant. Now, the first 100 ticket buyers receive a swag bag that is definitely worth more than the ticket price itself. So be sure to get your ticket at insporising.com/live and invite a friend to join you. Come on, you do not want to leave that event on the night of September 12th and go, gosh, I wish I would have invited so-and-so. They would have loved this event. They needed this type of inspiration. And if you're listening to this after September 12th, 2019, you can learn about our other upcoming live events at the same URL. So go to insporising.com/live. All right, let's jump into this short session with my wife, Laura, entitled 7 Struggles Women Are Facing Today. Hello, friends. My name is Dave Trotter. I'm your launch coach and the host of the Inspiration Rising podcast. And you may notice it's not just me today. I have my amazing wife who I have begged to come join us because she has incredible wisdom and experiences to share. And she oftentimes will be doing that every day, Monday through Friday, with 24 kindergartners. Yes.
I am. I'm a kindergarten teacher. I've been doing it for 18 years. We have 2 children. Waverly's 20 and Emerson's 16. I'm fortunate to do what I love and invest in kids. But here I am just to be a partner right now and be a good sport about this.
She takes a lot of arm twisting to get in front of a camera or in front of a microphone. But we have conversations all the time about you, our listeners. And as a guy who's seeking to help primarily women make healthy and effective changes in your life, I'm asking my wife and other women, obviously, all the time for input and feedback on things that I'm processing. And one of the things that I wanted to ask Laura today were about 7 common struggles women are facing. Now, I see these as 7 common struggles with the women that I connect with through our Launch Your Life coaching program, as well as in our online community called Inspiration Rising Insiders. If you want to join that, by the way, you can just go to insporising.com/insiders. It's a free community we have where we support and encourage one another. But these are 7 common struggles women are facing. And Laura, I want to ask you if I'm right about this, because I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong on these. And I want to ask your feedback and us to talk about these. Now, as you're listening, listeners, see if you resonate with any of these 7 yourself, or if any of your friends or family perhaps resonate with any of these. All right, number 1. Tell me what you think on this one.
Okay.
All right. Is a common struggle that women are facing today, especially kind of, and I hate to use the word midlife or mid-age, because it's not, I don't know why people have a problem with that, but it's not a fun thing in our culture. Women probably 30 to 50 or 60. Feeling defeated after a separation or divorce. Is that a common struggle that women are facing today?
I would say absolutely yes. I know that you and I have had our struggles in the past when we were in our 30s, and that was really hard. The rug got pulled out from under me. I needed to stand on my own 2 feet, figure things out. I wasn't sure. We did make it. We worked really hard, but in those moments of trying to find myself and what was happening, it all happened really fast, and I did feel defeated. It was feeling like failure, and it was hard, and I had to still get up every morning for the kids, and I had to just get up for my job, and it was hard. It was hard times for sure.
Mm-hmm. So during any separation, which is what we experienced, we were on our way to divorce. There was a feeling of defeat. I had feelings of defeat. You had feelings of defeat. Nobody goes into marriage. I would dare to say, if you're watching or listening today, you didn't go into a marriage or a committed relationship thinking this is probably not going to work out. Maybe somebody does, but very, very, very few.
Most people think it's forever. They hope it's forever. They want it to be forever.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't always work out that way when the honeymoon is over.
The goal is connection, commitment, relationship. So there are feelings of feeling defeated after a separation or divorce. Okay. So you agree on that one?
I agree.
A second common struggle that I see when I'm working with women is a feeling of feeling lost with no sense of purpose when your kid goes to school, specifically middle school or junior high, depending on wherever you're listening to this. I know it's called different things. So is that true? You know, a mom, especially if a mom has been a stay-at-home mom, work-at-home mom, she's connected with that kid's life, and then the child goes to middle school, and now they're in school longer, they're more independent. Do you find this to be the case, even as you think about and you see what's happening in your school environment?
I do. I see that parents want, especially a lot of moms and dads, that they want to connect. If they're staying at home, they want to be a part of their kids' journey. They want to help. They want to volunteer. And there are a lot of opportunities when they're at school to do that, whether it's elementary school, whether it's PTA, in the classroom, whatever. There's a lot of opportunity. But when the child goes to middle school, or the kids go, it's a little more teaching the kids how to be independent. There's not as much need. And it feels a little bit weird to be going all the time to the middle school or high school to say, I'm here to help, unless you're taking on like a PTA position, but it doesn't feel as needed. And so it kind of find yourself a little bit like, where's my place? What am I supposed to be doing? My child doesn't need me as much anymore. They do, but it just looks different. So it's a change.
And there could possibly be more time on her hands.
Right. So what does that look like?
What do I do? Do I go to yoga? Do I work out? Do I, make special dinner? It's like, what do I do? Right.
Do I transition back to work? But I don't know what that looks like. The kids need rides. It's a lot. It's a new time in their lives.
Yeah. A lot of unknowns. Okay. So number 3. Common struggle, feeling stuck in an unfulfilling job that just pays the bills. So this could be, I see it as a woman who isn't a stay-at-home mom.
Sure.
Maybe she has kids or doesn't really matter. But there's this sense of like, I need to make money. I'm in this job. It's okay, but it's just not like that fulfilling. Do you see that?
I do. I see it all the time. And I feel like I'm fortunate that I get to do something that I love, and I know what that feels like to be passionate and to get to live out my passions and get paid for it. That is amazing. But I know that there's many people who, for whatever reason, whether it's like, I can't afford to leave my job, I feel like I can't make those decisions. It's dependent on me. I have to. The Sunday blues hit hard. It doesn't feel good to go day in and day out and go do this job. And that's hard.
I love that about you, is that you've been able to, from the moment we met, you were clear on, I want to be a teacher. You got in the groove. You found some great jobs. You've been super successful in your career. I have been stuck. Mm-hmm. I was stuck for 3 years in a corporate job right out of college. And I felt stuck in different points along the way. But I know what it feels like. You've got to make that money. You've got to pay the rent. You got to pay the mortgage. Mm-hmm. You got the kids' expenses. And it feels scary to go, well, what do I do? I don't even know what I would want to do. I just know this job is not fun.
Right. What's the path for me if I were to take that? What would I do? How do I even go about that?
It feels overwhelming.
Yeah. Without sacrificing the job I have that I need to keep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Number 4, feeling paralyzed by an empty nest. Oh my.
That kind of speaks to us right now.
So if you don't know, our daughter, she's 20, she just moved out of our home 2 days ago to go to a university that's 4 blocks away. Okay, it's 4 blocks away, but it feels like, what the heck? This is major change for us. And our son just started driving his own car 2 weeks ago.
Yes. So we've had a lot of that. So we can speak to that it feels like a new normal, like where I'm having to embrace what is. It's true. It's happening. This is it. We want them to fly, but yet it's a new normal of what do we do with our time? We're going to have some extra time, it seems like. We've sacrificed a lot for them, but yet, it's a new normal for us and for us as a couple and for just our family experiencing that.
So there can come a feeling of paralysis to go, I have sadness, I have happiness, I feel unneeded. God, I hate that feeling.
I know.
And a feeling of, okay, what do I do with this extra time? Do I just soothe myself by overeating, over streaming media, overworking, over shopping? Yeah, what do I do with this empty nest? So that's definitely a challenge that women are facing. All right, number 5, feeling less than because of a health challenge. Now, here's something I have found interesting. I belong to several Facebook groups, not a lot. I see people belong to like 100. I belong to several. And one of them is a health Facebook group because I have some friends who lead it, and it's about an autoimmune conditions. I'm not around people who have a lot of health challenges right now. But when I see the amount of people who have health challenges that are posting about their challenges in this group, it really raises my awareness and it increases my compassion for people. But I am seeing a common theme of feeling somehow less than because I can't do what I used to could do. I can't eat what I used to could eat. I can't go where I used to go, or, whatever it might be. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I consider myself to be a healthy person and I love that, but things could change at any time. You never know. You cannot bank on that. And I'm thankful, but I do know people that it's not always clear from a doctor, like what it is. And that is so defeating. It feels hard. You have to give yourself grace. It's really defeating to not be able to do the full extent of maybe what you see other people doing. Maybe like comparison starts to happen. Like, well, wow. And maybe not offering yourself a lot of grace because it's like feeling like I can't do those things anymore. And it can be a like depressing thing as well.
If this topic is resonating with you, I want to invite you to join the Inspiration Rising Insiders. We're talking about this very topic right now and supporting each other in the process. There are quite a few women who are starting new things in their life at 40, 50, 60, 70 years of age, starting something new, and we're cheering each other on. So go to insporising.com/insiders right now. Click join. You'll answer a few questions and I'll invite you into the group and you can be part of this engaging community so that we can help you create the life that you truly want. Speaking of depressing, we've gone through 5 of the 7 challenges right now. If you're feeling depressed, you're not alone. Okay. It's like, whoa, this is really overwhelming. I want you to know that the reason why we're going through these 7 challenges is that I want you to know and feel that you're not alone. You're not alone in whatever it is that you're facing. And that's one of the beautiful things that I love about our Inspiration Rising Insiders private Facebook group is that there's a sense of camaraderie, like, oh, you're experiencing this too. Oh, I'm experiencing this. It's challenging in this season of life. Let me support you. Let me encourage you. You are not alone in the midst of this. We're not going to come up with all the solutions because you know that there's no quick, easy solution to this, but you do need to be intentional in your life in order to overcome these feelings and begin to have a strategic plan in place to take your next step in life. So, not trying to depress you, just trying to help you understand you are not alone.
For sure.
All right, number 6, feeling like it's too late because of your age. So women struggling in life, feeling like, it's too late because of my age. What are some things that you see women struggling with because of their age, feeling like, I just might be too late?
Well, I can think of some people that, maybe they didn't finish school earlier on and then they stayed home with their kids and now they are thinking about going back, but then thinking, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? I'm in my 40s and I'm going to start a career. But I was just listening to a podcast this morning about someone who it's her second career of teaching, and she stayed home with they were living abroad. And it's just amazing to think like she's making an impact on kids now, but she didn't start teaching until she was in her 40s. And it's never too late. It's not too late, but you can feel that way when it's like, why? I mean, I have friends talking about retirement because they've already put in like 30 years of their job. And here I am starting something new. But that can feel so like, I don't know if this is right for me. Maybe I just won't do it.
Age is a number.
It is.
There are changes and challenges that we face, but we've also gained a lot of wisdom and experiences throughout those years. But I love what you said. It's never too late. I think about people who want to get married. I think about people who want to have kids. I think about people who want to change jobs, want to go into a different career. Bottom line is, if there's a sense of like, that's going to take too long, or that's a long process, well, you're going to live anyway. Like the time will pass anyway. So you can either invest that time that's passing by moving toward whatever it is that you want, or you can sit back and be depressed and bummed out and feel like it's too late because of your age.
And I went back to school to get another degree at 40. And it's, some people say, that's so hard. It was, but
you worked full time.
Worked full time.
We had two kids,
2 younger kids,
and
I had you
and me, which is a handful, and you got your master's.
And I did it, and it was I learned a lot, and it was great, and the opportunities because of online, I got to do it that way. It was great, and I did it, and I felt so proud just that I got to take that next step in education. So.
And oftentimes, the too late, it seems like that's career, relationship, and kids. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Maybe, travel or something like that.
Travel can be.
But unless there's a serious health issue, there are ways that you can travel. The ways that you can have kids. I mean, between in vitro, having someone else, surrogate, adoption. There are so many ways to have kids these days, and to find a spouse. I know that can feel so overwhelming. I was just talking to somebody today. It just feels like, I'm in my 40s. Am I ever going to find that person? Well, I don't know. How long are you going to live? You got a long time to live. That's right. You got a long time to find that person.
That's right.
So, okay. Number 7, feeling overwhelmed by whatever it is you're facing. So maybe it's not divorce. Maybe it's not a kid going to school. Maybe it's not an unfulfilling job. Maybe it's not empty nest. Maybe it's not a health challenge. Maybe it's not your age. There are other things that can feel overwhelming. Taking care of parents, taking care of a sick child, trying to navigate maybe a disaster that's happened in your life somehow. I don't know what it is, but it is so easy for us to feel overwhelmed by whatever it is we're facing.
Yeah. I mean, I like routine and the things to go just as I want them to go. But then it's like, how do I handle? It is overwhelming sometimes when things go a little sideways. The road turns, it curves, and it's not exactly the way I thought. And I still have to do all the things that I'm expected to do in life and take care of this. And bottom line is, it is overwhelming. But it's like, how do we handle that? That's very real. I agree with you. That is a huge issue when things are not going the way we expected them to go.
7 common struggles women are facing. Okay, so you agree with all 7?
I agree.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Shoo, I got them past her. All right, number 1, feeling defeated after a separation or divorce. 2, feeling lost with no sense of purpose when your kid goes to school. 3, feeling stuck in an unfulfilling job that just pays the bills. 4, feeling paralyzed by an empty nest. 5, feeling less than because of a health challenge. 6, feeling like it's too late because of your age. And 7, feeling overwhelmed by whatever it is you're facing. Now, 2 things. 1, if I've missed one, let me know. Okay, send me an email, david@inspirising.com. Send a DM, post it on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it might be. And number 2, which one of these are you feeling like, yes, I'm going through that right now. This is the challenge that I'm going through. I want you to know that you're not alone. This is not something that you're only experiencing. You're not the first one to experience this. There are others that have walked this road that can provide you with support and encouragement and wisdom. Okay. So 1, you need to get connected to other people. You got to get connected to other people who know you and who have your best interest in mind. I want you to know that you're welcome to join us in this online community. It's a beautiful community where it's safe to share the struggles that you're going through and to receive support and encouragement. It's Inspiration Rising Insiders. And like I said, you can just go to inspirising.com/insiders and it'll take you right to the private Facebook group. The other is you need a plan of action. You got to figure out, how am I going to move beyond this? The feelings don't oftentimes just go away. They don't just dissipate. They might actually get buried and then come up later and you'll have some challenges. So you need a strategic plan about how to get unstuck, how to clarify what you really want in life, and how to take your next steps. Okay? You can get that in lots of different ways. You can get it through books. You can go to seminars. You can go to a therapist. You can go to a life coach. I want you to know we will soon be launching the Launch Your Life online course in mid-September 2019. And it's a great way to be able to do all of those things, to get unstuck, clarify what you really want, embrace your true identity, and take those powerful strategic next steps in your life. Doesn't have to be that. It can be anything. But I want you to know you're not alone. You got to get with other people in community, and you need a clear path, a clear action steps, clear strategic plan to help you get out of the rut that you're in and to experience the life that you truly want and the life that you truly desire. Laura, somebody's watching, somebody's listening. They're a woman who's feeling like, oh yeah, I resonate maybe with more than one of these. What would you say to her today?
I would say join the group. There are some great people. I joined the group and it's really fun. It's so interactive and people they're willing to just like be so friendly and they're all over the world. I mean, it's amazing. And also just there is hope. There is hope for you. Just that you can get unstuck. You can clarify your goals. It's a process. And sometimes it feels a little messy, maybe like a tied up fishing line, but you know what? It can be untangled. It's possible, especially with the support of others. And so, I think you can do it. I know you can do it.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the Inspiration Rising podcast on the Apple or Google podcast app that's already on your phone. Search Inspiration Rising, click subscribe, and then tell a friend. Tell them what you enjoyed about this episode. Send a screenshot. Text it to them. Hey, go old school. Call them and tell them that Inspiration Rising is the place to listen to inspiring content that will give you actionable insights to make a difference in your life. And also, be sure to join the Inspiration Rising Insiders private Facebook group. Go to insporising.com/insiders. All right, have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you next time.